Hi, this is Dale O'Shields, pastor of Church of the Redeemer. Thanks so much for joining me for our devotional time today. And this week we're talking about discovering guidance from God. How can you and I know the will of God, live in the will of God, and really discover what God's plan is for our lives? And Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 is our passage this week, and I hope that you're thinking about these two verses and letting them get really deeply into your heart, because there's a promise there for us from God related to guidance. The Bible says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and don't lean to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. He will direct your paths. So these two verses remind us that there's a process or things that we do that can put us in a position for receiving guidance from God. It starts by trusting Him. We've been talking this week a bit about how do you and I trust God. But then He also tells us to lean not to our own understanding. You know, so many times in life we get in trouble because we are leaning to our understanding. We're trying to figure everything out ourselves. We like to make our own plans and sort of establish our own journey forward, and we start mapping things out, and we only do what we can understand. And so many times in life, how God will work in your life, He'll work in ways that you will not understand, that you cannot comprehend. And that's why the Bible says, lean not to your own understanding. And the reason that God tells us not to lean to our own understanding is because our understanding is limited. Think about it for a moment. How many times in life have you just missed stuff because your understanding about a thing was not as full as it needed to be? And so because of that, you made a decision, and you later found out that you didn't have all the information you needed to make that decision because you were based on your limited knowledge, your limited understanding. And God says, I know far more than you know. In fact, in the book of Isaiah 55, He says, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts, God says, and my ways higher than your ways. And so God says, don't lean on your own understanding. Don't try to figure everything out. Know that I'm God, and I can bring the right things into your life even when you don't understand. So let me encourage you today to know that God's at work in you. You may not understand it, but He's still at work in your life.